And we're back with another episode of Let's Play Bravely Default. I'm your CRPG guy. And just to give you an idea of where we've come, we've pretty much geared up everybody. Everybody's geared up as can be, with exception of buying things from the adventure. The only thing I think I've bought were the red hats. Red caps, rather. But nothing else from them has been purchased. As far as jobs go, I'm trying to take freelancers up to level 6 just so they have it out of the way. We've got white mage, black mage roughly around level 5, which is good. And yeah, and once freelancer hits level 6, we're going to start moving them to knight and work on knight skills. As far as that goes, we have the option of running a Dungeon Master, which is fine. We're going to keep it on Adia for now, because we got some things coming up we got to take care of. All magic has been purchased, so that's a good thing, as you can clearly see. And if you want to take a look at the village, we are slowly kind of chugging along here, which is good. We'll just leave it like that because that's almost done. We'll keep everything kind of moving at the same time. And roughly everything except for this shop here is at level 3 or higher. If it's higher, it's not going to be by much. But we're getting there. We're going to probably work on number 3 item here and then work on the weapon shop coming up. And whatnot. So we have a plan. That's what's important. We have a plan for progress here.
Your king, Camo the Eighth, speaks. My people, I thank you for your tireless efforts. As you are well aware, our glorious nation's production has suffered a harsh fall since the wind's cessation brought the Grand Mill to a halt. Without nature's former bounty, our turbines went completely still. They sit as silent as the desert night.
You don't say.
In the wake of this crisis, you rose up and took matters literally in hand, operating the turbines manually. I, your king, lack words to thank you for your hard work. However, I am much aggrieved to say that energy production is less than 1/5 its former total. At this rate, our proud kingdom, renowned for its unparalleled industry, is doomed to ineluctable decline. I find myself without recourse but to revisit my prior fiat regarding the schedule of all able-bodied citizens. Henceforth, labor shall commence at 0900 hours and will extend beyond the current 1659 until 2059, effective immediately. What?
Oh, man.
We're flesh and blood. We need rest. In so doing, turbine output is expected to rise to 30% of its former value before the wind ceased output of... Your Majesty! Your Majesty! Grave news! What? The Vestal?
We're learning little bits here and there.
Be calm, my children. I know your pain all too well. My heart bleeds just as yours.
Yeah, but you sit comfortably in your castle, my friend.
That you join me in remembering the cause of our woes.
Oh my.
The crystal orthodoxy and the Vestal's indolence. Therein lies the true cause of the wind's absence. And what has the great Vestal done since the air went still? What did she do in the face of your suffering? She abandoned you, fled the country to save herself alone. In this, Ansheim's first and direst hour of need, the Vestal we loved and trusted is powerless or unwilling to help. Though it pains me deeply to tell you of these things, I cannot deny this simple truth. What resolution can be brought about to this terrible crisis? The Crystal Orthodoxy is naught but a hollow creed. What result have years of worship at the altar of the crystal brought us? Once more I say it. It is by our own hands that we will push this glorious kingdom ever forward.
This guy is full of so much hot air it actually hurts.
Glory.
There. Just now that leer. That was aimed at us.
Seems that little speech was for your benefit, Agnes.
It's slander is what it is. That creep's giving you no chance at all to defend yourself.
Agnes.
Well, that just went down. Anya's angst. You seemed on the edge of that whole speech. You seemed on edge of that whole speech. You don't have to bottle it all in. I'm no expert, but I'm happy to listen. I cannot deny that the people of Ansheim are dissatisfied with my work as Vessel. No intention of making excuses. But you didn't run away either, right? The king asked me directly. He said that terrible things were happening in Kaldisla, and asked that I investigate. Yet now he paints an entirely different picture. I cannot understand his need to lie. Does he bear me some grudge? Have I done him some slight? Do you regret listening to him in the first place? No, I do not regret my time in Kaldisla. Seeing that chasm firsthand showed me precisely what I must do. And you met Tiz there, too. That's airy, that's hardly. I'm glad you came and saw the chasm, too. You showed me a path forward. Blessed be the person who is needed by someone else. What's this? What are we talking about now? Nothing, it's nothing. Then why are you hiding it? Come on, don't leave me out, I want to know. Unacceptable to me and to Tiz, right Tiz? Yes, ma'am. Okay. Lovely.
Agnes oblige, vessel of wind. His Majesty bids you come.
Okie dokie. So let's have a chat with this guy, shall we? Clearly there is a plot afoot.
I see you've returned, Vestal. Why then did you not come to me for an audience immediately? I was dreadfully worried, you know. I'd begun to think you'd fallen victim to some terrible accident. So, what of the Kaldislan chasm?
I fear it was worse even than your Majesty had imagined.
So tell me, was it worse than the state of your own nation? Are you even aware of the situation here?
The wind remained still.
And the Grand Mill be calm. I'm pleased to see you're not totally ignorant. The turbines that form the heart of this kingdom, the greatest symbols of her wisdom, now turn my hand. The hands of our citizens, compulsory labor service. Our survival hinges now upon their sacrifice. And even that will not last forever. We need that mill turning again soon. Not by our citizens' hands, but by the wind. And whose job is it to see that the wind blows, if not the Vestals? I can think of no other value you provide, save that. Anyway, will you now end the suffering your negligence has caused to this land? To its people? Or is that beyond your abilities? Perhaps you would sooner run again. Turn away from the plight of your people.
If that is all His Majesty wished to say, I'll be on my way. I haven't the time to waste here.
Okay, so that kind of didn't seem to lead anywhere, other than what we gotta do.
I'll not be spoken to like this! Just whose fault do you think this mess is, girl?
That could have gone better. Not that I blame you for getting mad.
Mad? I felt no anger, only fear. The king frightens me.
His tone was far from pleasant, but he didn't seem dangerous.
The people who had come to hear him speak frighten me the same. Everyone in this city, they see me only as the Vestal, not a human being. I don't know how to speak to them. Just thinking on it sets my legs to trembling.
That explains the tense look you've worn since we landed here.
Personally, I felt amazing after that little conversation. Did you see his face? It was purple. I nearly laughed out loud.
I tuned him out about halfway through his speech myself. I never did have much attention span for listening to men go on. Now women.
In any case, we'd best hurry to the temple. It's all that I can do.
And sub-scenarios. The blue markers on the map show sub-scenarios. Side quests is really what it is. And yes, they can lead to new jobs. What's this temple? So what's this temple like exactly? I have no idea what to expect. The holy place that has been a center of worship for millennia. To each crystal is wed a Vestal, who spends her lifetime in steady prayer. Vestalings, girls chosen as successors to the Vestals, go to live in the temples. They leave its premises only very rarely. And so, to a Vestal, the temple is also a home. A flower garden with no boys allowed. Be quiet, ring a bell. So you were inside the temple ever since you became a Vestaling? It was quite rare to leave, save for a few public rites each year. Does that mean you were all alone? Wasn't that hard? I was not alone, no. The Mother Vestal, my predecessor, raised me to serve in her place. And there were the acolytes. They would go into town and purchase all we needed. But you left for this journey. I guess it's proof that it's important. No, even so, I had never intended to leave the temple. Never intended any of this. Well, it's just what happened. You know, what are you gonna do at that point? Really quick, I believe we can find some items. We'll grab that. We'll head over this way. Just because I wanted to make sure that you all got to see where everything was kind of hidden. Okay. Head down here. There we go. So they're going, I know there's something there. God damn it. Alright. Let's go in here. Sweet.
Ah, good day! I believe this is our first meeting, yes? Erutis Profiteer, chairman of the Camel and Profiteer Merchantry, at your service. How kind of you to pay me this visit. Now, what is it you are needing today? We are the only purveyor of water licensed by the king himself, and we take pride in our product. No effort is spared in providing the cleanest, freshest water possible. The results are clear. Water humor, yes? But I have lost the time again. I have appointments waiting, my friends. Let us speak again soon. Guard! Our honored guests are leaving. See they are seen out. Have a refreshing day.
There we go. Alright. let's continue our little side quest here, because clearly the water situation is very suspicious.
Can we stop for a drink of water?
You, stop. This well is property of the Cameron Profiteer Merchantry. Unauthorized withdrawals are strictly prohibited.
Ah! Withdrawals? There are people out here going thirsty!
No, there are peasants going thirsty. If you want a free drink so badly, go join the other rabble at the Oasis.
Info. Okay, two things we need to do here. I believe I left encounters pretty high. There we go. And we also have the opportunity here to go look at this. Where's the other? Okay. Let's go ahead and confirm. That way when we want to level up Monk, we have a new weapon for them. Alright. So in order for us to really figure out what's going on here, we're going to be heading to that oasis. We'll do that now. For obvious reasons. So in we go.
Help! Someone!
What's wrong?
Thieves! I've been robbed!
What?
They took my water, my pack, even the camel I rode in on. They took everything. That man from the merchantry didn't say anything about this. He told me to come here, said it was safe. How am I supposed to survive if I have to risk my life every time I need water?
Try to stay calm. Do you know where these thieves are now?
They're right behind you.
Let's see. 2, 4, 6, maybe 40 in all. That's quite the little band they've assembled.
We'll take care of this, sir. You go ahead. Get out of here.
Hey! Just what are you doing? Letting a good mark go? Our good mark, mind!
We couldn't stand to watch you cowards just do as you pleased.
You have to stop this. Drop everything you've stolen and leave this place at once.
What's this then? Who are they? I've got no word of this lot. Leave it out, it's too hot for this. Change of plans, boys. We're done here.
Wait! Leave the goods you stole!
Not familiar with how thieving works, then? I'm cross enough already. And to heck with this thirst. The needles in my throat are driving me mad. I need a drink. This anger won't leave me till this thirst has. We're out, boys!
Okay.
Hey! I said wait!
Stop, Diz. I feel the same, but there are too many. We can't take them head on.
I don't know. We might be able to. Who knows? But let's go ahead and chase after them, because clearly we have to. And really quick, we want to make sure that we have Dungeon Mastery equipped. As you can see, avoid damage to status elements from dungeon traps. There's going to be a bunch of them in here, and we can now just ignore them. So, yeah. Let's move. We'll make our way off to the side here. when it comes to the random encounters here, I don't believe we're going to bump into a really nasty sandworm enemy, so it's probably in our best interest to kind of preserve as much MP as possible. We'll leave this high speed on here for the encounters, because we should be able to handle most of what's here relatively easily. Due to the bit of grinding that we did, and of course, mostly just being decked out will get you there. If you must know. Yeah. And so, let's keep moving. And there we go with the star pendant. Oh, shoot. Again, just let auto attack do its thing. And then there's one thing I do want to do before we get too far in this dungeon, I think. And martial arts is probably fine, actually. We'll check that in a moment. Because I know there's like an extra minute or two on one of the other. Oh, there's a... Okay, I didn't know if they spawned here or not. Clearly they do. Thought they only spawned outside. Shows what I know. And as you can see, we can handle him just as much as we can handle anything else. We also have anti-blind accessories on our main characters, so just keep that in mind. We get $1. $1. You can see most of the enemies here are not a problem. Just okay, she's still got some ways to go for her job level, but Tiz gains a job level, which earned him two-handed support ability. This is very debatable whether or not you want to use it or not. I know a lot of people out there who do. And it's really depends on like how you feel about changing abilities around and whatnot. So here we can attach two-handed. So we lose the HP bonus because I believe that's what we had on him. If we go to equipment, again, it doesn't look like anything has changed. So, but it does show him with the two-handed thing. If we go here though, and we go back to HP of 10%, let's take a look again at the equip. And see, it doesn't show him with the two-handed stance. So it's just one of those things that's a little lame, but you got to make sure that's equipped if you want the benefit. But at the end of the day, you kind of do, because that damage is really good. And Adia will be even all the better for it as well. So those are things to definitely keep in mind. Okay, we've done this, so that puts all of this kind of stuff at level 3. And we've gotten weaponry to 4. See, these are now starting to get into the 9-hour range, but we could definitely use something like the Sage's Staff and the Lamb and Bell thingy. So we'll put those both on for right now. You might say, well, why don't you do some of the other things? We don't need to yet. We will eventually have to address that, but address leveling up the other stuff. But right now, we're just going to go with this. Because it's good to get access to that gear just so you have it, kind of a thing. Just keep that in mind. And we get some drugs. So we'll head off this direction here. And we're going to see a big damage increase from... yeah, from Tiz. Which, again, that two-handed is great. And once we get Adia off of Freelancer tonight, learning that dual hand, whenever we need it, because a lot of times you're going to run into characters who you have to use their abilities kind of like haphazardly, so to speak. It's just something to keep in mind. What I mean by that is, like, yes, Tiz is using two-handed, but somebody's got to have the dungeon master skill on them in order to prevent these traps. And we do want both of our casters having access to at least both magics while they're working on these particular classes. However, there is an element that we can change, later. And there are going to be things that we have to work on later as well. And that I'm going to worry about that when we get there. We're not there yet. Things are going to get more complicated very quickly, I assure you. Antidote. Alright, let's do this. Dia levels up. Ooh, the Thief's Knife. It's actually a really good weapon. I believe you can use it. I believe you can use it as an item in battle, and it kind of like auto steals. So. Definitely want to make sure you get use out of that when you need to get enemy items. But luckily, with Norende being built the way it is, we may not need to steal too often. So, be more situational than anything else. That's why I'm not, like, gleefully jumping for joy over it. It's a good item, but it's very situational. So just keep that in mind. Took a while. Stretched out a little longer than it should have. Okay, a blue chest we can't do anything with right now. And we get the Thief Glove. Keep moving. That'll be useful as well at some point coming up in the near future, as there's more bad kitties to kill. Alright, really quick, let's take care of a few things. Magic, come on. And not that it matters, but we're just going to go ahead and remove mute. The other herb-looking item. Guys just can't take me anywhere. So, friend bot. Save. Saving's our friend. Oh boy. So we now have to deal with this. Which wasn't a big problem, but still.
What's this now? The ones from the Oasis, is it? You're the rats sneaking about the place?
Why do you persist in these awful deeds? You must return the articles you stole!
One of you muzzle this dog's yapping, would you? Be a friend. And what? Don't tell me you came all this way just to vomit a few platitudes out on my floor. This place is nothing but sand and hypocrites. Drives a man mad. And this thirst, these daggers in my throat, all the water in the desert can't dull their edge.
The people you robbed at the Oasis were thirsty too. They risked their lives to get at that water, and you...
Spare me the lecture. You come to convert me? Set me on the straight and narrow? Teach me to follow the rules, be a good little sheep, live an honest life? Out here, honest lives end quick. The desert's a beast, and it's always hungry. The city's no different. There are only two kinds of folk in this world, make no mistake. The takers and the taken from. My worthless parents were easy marks, textbook victims, and still, they grit their teeth and tried hard as they could to get where? Till the day came they couldn't feed a family of 3, so they cut loose their kid and disappeared.
They just left you?
The city just took and took till they had nothing left. Their own brat became a burden, so they dumped him like a bag of sand. Daft, eh? Absolutely stupid. If surviving means pinching from other folk, I'll happily join the takers.
Are you sure they left because you were a burden to them? Maybe they swallowed their tears and left you in the city, in hopes that you, at least, could find happiness there.
Aye, or maybe they left me because they didn't have the guts to kill me themselves. You don't know a stinking thing about them.
You're right. I don't know their reasons. But they do. If they're still alive, you can go and ask them. You can track them down and make them explain themselves. Make them answer for their choices. You can yell and scream and fight as long as you like. As long as it takes. You can work on forgiving them. But you haven't done any of that. You've stayed here sulking and festering all your life. That's far dafter to me!
My throat! This accursed thirst is worse than ever. You... This is your fault! You smug, delusional, self-righteous little lambs make me sick! I'll take everything. Everything from you! Oi, Chief! Kent! Get your horns in here!
I assume your calling me means this conversation is over.
Aye, that's enough words. I'm choking on this lot's hypocrisy. I want them stripped to the bone!
I care nothing for your reasons, and still less for your ideals. My assistance hinges only on the weight of your coin purse.
She's heavy enough. You'll have your pay.
Then we've a contract, and you will have your money's worth.
Oh god. So, let me explain a few things about this fight. It's kind of a trick battle. In a trick battle, not in like any kind of way that's significantly crazy, but it's a trick battle in the sense that It's in the fact that there's a way to reduce the amount of concentrated rage that's going to come one's way. Let's go ahead and auto for a couple more rounds here. And the reason for this, and the reason why this is mainly because, and you'll see here in a moment, okay, is there's really only one major target to fight, which we're going to do right now. By braving... Whoop, right. There we go. Actually, we should have martial arts, not inner alchemy, invigorate. Let's have her just use... She can't do it to everybody, so let's just have her heal. And then for Ring a Bell, I guess we'll just Brave as well. Black Magic, and we'll do Thunder with the Jackal. And then she will also Invigorate. And I think we're good. Oh, yeah. Okay. Nice, it worked. They'll be attacking next round. Don't worry about that stolen potion. It's not a big deal. Ring a Bell's going to be out for a couple rounds here. Now it's time to go on the murder train. We're going to go after the Jackal. Going after Kent does nothing because, and spoiler alert, but he's going to run away whether we get him to half health. And I believe he'll do the same thing if we get the Jackal down to half health. So it completely kind of defeats the purpose. So what we'll do here is, we'll have him default again, and do the same thing he did before. So if we just focus on damaging Jackal, this battle is going to be as good as done in no time. Because this is still going to be more than half his damage right here.
My contract ends here. I'll take my leave.
What? Chief, I don't understand.
I'm not a good friend.
Your odds are poor, and I don't take poor clients.
Go then! They all abandoned me in the end.
And then we can finish him off. Because he's not going to have much left. We'll speed it up just a hair. Even with his better attacks, he's only doing about an average of 30. We actually have arrow. Well, since Ring a Bell is going to be getting a turn soon, we can kind of do some more stuff here. Again, in the attempt to speed this along. You You notice I'm still not using our specials. I just don't think there's a reason to yet.
A fitting end. Everything taken away. So thirsty.
Wah, 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 wah. We get 36, that's nice. And physical defense 10% up, support learned. Learn the damage desperation support ability. And she learns prayer. Yay. And we get the Thief Asterisk, which we're not going to equip yet. There's a time and a place for that. An expert at stealing items, high agility, can act early on in turn, favors daggers, master thief. Thievery is learned, and they are very good, of course, with bows, and I believe with daggers. So hence, that's why how we got that stuff. You might be eager to learn, start working on that class. Don't do it yet.
And every bit of it's stolen, no doubt. We need to get these back to their owners.
You'll want to have a look at this first. It's rather stunning.
And raise the price of water an additional 20% beginning 14 days ago. The streets, they are full of people too poor to pay for the water, blah, blah, blah. Self-righteous fool of a prime minister comes to demand the price be lowered day after day. It will not be long now until the masses reach their limit. The poor will have no choice but to go to the oasis. That is where you will wait armed and ready, steal everything, and above all else, do not let them at the water. Your task is to ensure all of Anchime is terrified of the oasis. Give them a welcome they will never forget. In time, they will understand that if they wish to survive, they will be buying the merchantry's water, whatever the price. But see you keep your mouth shut, yes? No one must know of our collaboration on this matter. If you are found out, the deal is cut off, your head will be next. E profiteur.
Then
The plot thickens.
Those thieves were under the employ of the Cammer and Profiteur merchantry.
And the people suffering? Did it mean nothing to them so long as they reaped a profit? Despicable! Seems I've found another entry for my blackest pitch list. This is unforgivable. We have to stop them! The people will continue to suffer as long as these degenerates hold the kingdom's water ransom. I say we storm the place and set this matter straight right now!
Alright, so what we do want to do is change Adea's job from freelancer to knight. She has all the gear necessary. Now that's a D weapon, so we're definitely gonna debate here between the Isenokami and the longsword. She's more skilled with the longsword with this class, so it makes more sense to give that to her. We straight one up the most defense as well. Now, the red cap is where I have questions, but really, I don't know. We're just gonna leave the red cap there. And remember, she has to use the shield currently because she does not have access to the dungeonry skill. So, yay. We now have the luxury of heading out of here. I believe we can use the teleport stone, which we probably will. Let's deal with this first. Okay, let's start working on that. And what do we got for armor? Blessed Shield, Angel's Bow. These are both things we may want to unlock as well, though they will take much longer, but that is okay. Let's go ahead and item That way we can try to knock this side quest out literally this episode. Because there's not much left to this. It's really straightforward. So we're going to head back to the town. Because we got someone who's got some explaining to do. Go ahead and save at the end because saving's your friend. And then we're going to go pay a visit to our little friend, of course, after saving, because it is an actually really nasty fight if you're not geared up. And you may want to be around at least level 15, at least level 16 or 17 before trying to tackle this. Luckily, we're a bit higher than that, so we shouldn't have too much trouble, but trouble can sometimes find us. Oh, the other thing we can do, too, for Adia, remove Dungeon Master. And because she can't do two-handed, we can at least give her that. And we can burn a potion to give her a little help there.
What? Remunerations for the lost caravan? It was stolen, along with my supplies and my camels.
And this is not my responsibility, eh? You failed to protect your investments. You! We had a contract, my friend. The provisions for loss and damages were clearly written in the fine print.
Even so, I can't be made to pay for the damages when I've just had all my possessions stolen. I'll be out on the streets.
This is not my concern. You will pay. Or, if you prefer, I can be asking your wife for this money. Your daughter? Hmm?
Wait, please! Leave my family out of this!
That's enough!
Hmm? Why are you here? Eavesdropping, are you?
Sir, you don't owe this rotten band of fraudulent crooks a single peeg. You are free to be on your way.
Peeg?
It feels this joke
That's
is not
that's
funny.
worse than Zill. Or Gil,
gentleman.
rather. I
We have
totally
no time
forgot
for
that they called him
baseless
Peeg.
accusations.
I just called it pieces of gold.
Then what of
That's
accusations
awful.
with concrete proof?
Oh.
Oh? And just what is that, huh?
A little souvenir snatched from the lair of the thieves prowling the oasis of late. It bears your signature, Chairman, as well as your orders to attack any citizens approaching the oasis.
What? Then when they... And you were planning to rob me now a second time!
Ah, this day. No luck at all. I suppose this is a result of trusting that useless urchin to perform a simple task.
Then you don't deny it? Release the city's wells to the public then, immediately!
I beg your pardon? Just who are you to be issuing the orders, girl? As I told you before, this is a business. If you are too poor, this is your problem. Stupid enough to be tricked, your problem. Don't like it? Go earn some money, eh?
Money, money, money. These are human lives. Ugh, this is useless. I'm shutting you down right now.
We will be seeing about that. Sigma Kint, I have work for you.
Paying work, I assume?
You! From the Thieves' Den! You'd help this crook?
Provided his pockets are heavier than yours, yes. I care nothing past that. Irutus Profitur, Merchant of Death. Do we have an agreement?
But of course! And I'm feeling generous today. Kill them all, and I'll throw in a bonus!
Contract established. You'll have your money's worth.
He didn't seem too useful last time. He's not going to be that useful this time. Actually, strangely enough, Chairman Profiteur is going to be probably arguably more dangerous. So let's open this battle by doing our usual beef here, of just kind of defaulting so we can open up with a bunch of turns kind of back to back as needed. Keeping our eye on HP, because look at this is bypassing our abilities to defend ourselves. So again, we got to be careful. We've also been silenced, so we're gonna have to remove that. Actually, yeah, no, we're good because we need to heal. We'll have Anya heal herself. Make her default. As tempting as it is to, let me see what we got. Piercing bolt. We will. Right after, again, same rule from last time. We're gonna go right after the chairman.
No holding back.
Time to release the special ability. We don't want to take a risk because the merchant is pretty nasty. Anytime we can dish out a lot of extra damage, we're gonna do it. We don't mind the two of them being silenced, so that's fine. Then thunder. Oh, he defaulted on us. That sucks. Yeah, that just sucks. Then we'll go to hack and slash on the chairman. Default.
Take this!
Get some. Nice
Our
crit.
agreement ends here.
And thus Numbnuts is
This
gone. Which
Any
means we have
further,
nothing to
and I'll
worry
be
about
placing
from
my
being
life
silenced
on the
anymore.
line. That bears a surcharge of 51.2 billion pig.
That's not a surcharge! It's a national budget! You're mad!
Then this is farewell. Best of luck.
This is fraud! I'll see you about it for this!
Now, one of the big problems is gone. Not all of them. And so we'll figure that out. Why not? I defaulted, but that's okay. We still do good damage.
The crystal's blessing.
And we may as well use it. He's gonna probably brave. No, he didn't. We'll wait till after he braves, though. Before we go in and start attacking him. There's the default. Okay, so now we're gonna, in a sense, release the beast here.
Money! All my money!
And he's down. You can see he hit pretty hard compared to a lot of the other enemies we've been fighting, so hence why we were being so careful. And this will get us wet. There we go. And now she has the two-handed super ability. Yay. You get a gold hourglass for her trouble. Nice. But we get one other thing. The Merchant Asterisk. Good for both saving and spending money, attack and support using wealth, favor staves and daggers. Okay, so this is going to be important to know. Yeah. Their intelligence is pretty good, though, so that's something to keep in mind when we start dealing with. So who really is good at learning this particular job? I usually tend to think casters more than anything else.
I'm still just livid! I never knew people this unbelievably foul even existed!
How did you know?
I'm just glad we managed to root out the ones causing Ancham's people such suffering.
And just look at these papers! It's proof of one crime after the next.
I can only pray this will make life here a bit less difficult.
At the risk of repeating myself, you'll want to have a look at this.
Notice of change of location for periodic reports regarding the ongoing water price fixing operation. Approach the door at the Grand Mill Works rear at precisely 0030 hours, knock 5 times in 2 seconds afterwards, ensure you're not followed.
No signature this time. A memo of profiteers, perhaps?
Whatever it is, it stinks. The merchantry might not be the only snakes involved in this scheme.
It bears checking. Let's have a look for ourselves at the mill tonight.
So more suspicions, more weirdness. All things that we're going to have to deal with in one way or the other. So they unlocked the shield, we unlocked the accessory. Let's do ethers because why not? Bloody shield, angel's bow. Okay. Alright, that's all squared away. Now with that said, we mentioned classes before, so let's take a look at those. We're gonna put both of them on merchant for now. But we're also going to be ensuring that ability-wise, they're going to take a job that they're with them that they are pre kind of determined for, or pre-sorted out. And again, we don't really have too much that's that important, so we'll just leave it at that. So she'll be our black mage, and he will be the white mage, while dealing with the merchant class. Okay, we're not gonna... Again, we don't need to change really any of their gear. Now, when it comes to thief, this is very important. You never want to double up on your thieves. Okay, we only really want one character at a time being a thief. So right now, I'm going to leave Tiz on Knight. Idea is going to do Thief. Start working on some of the stuff with regards to Thief. Now, she will get a gear change here. As we have the Thief's Knife, the Mage Masher, we have all kinds of good weapons here. But really, the Thief's Knife is going to be there, and we're going to have her double up. For sure, with Kukiri. The Iron Armor is out for the Bronze Chestplate. She's more versed with it, it makes sense. And we should semi-expect a little bit less damage out of her. Going forward, ability-wise, I think Monk is still fine. As far as this goes, we'll leave that there, so that way she has the HP benefit being still a little higher. So, yeah, and once we are happy, maybe these classes around level 3 or 4, Tiz will stay a knight until Adia hits about level 3 at least, and then we'll swap Tiz and Adia's jobs. That way we always have a knight kind of pretty much in the party, using a two-handed weapon, because of the things that kind of go with that. Some business in Norende says that they'll send us a gift when built. Oh, presents, yay! Yes, gifts are strategically important. So, which businesses are they? What do they build? The item shop, the combat item shop, and the compound shop. I see. When do we get these presents? I expect they'll send them to us at regular intervals. Eek, I can't wait. What do you think we'll get? I imagine it'll be merchandise that each respective store stocks. When given a gift to a lady, careful selection is key. My personal advice is to choose an article she'll wear every day. That way she'll be forced to think of you around the clock. Where'd everyone go? Well, ring a bell, that's because you're an idiot. And for that, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/JackJackStudios for more live gaming action. When we come back, we head back to the main storyline just to take care of elements within that and see what's going on at the Wind Temple. Thanks for stopping by, guys. We'll see you guys next time.